Alright guys, the trade deadline quickly approaching at midnight tonight. We have 3 trades that have come in the last couple of days, 2 days actually. Yesterday Painter and Umhofer consummated a deal, and today, deadline day, Nick and Lowry completed a deal, and myself and Lund completed a deal. So I'm going to attempt to analyze, or at least summarize, what's taken place and see what this does for fantasy implications moving into the playoffs. So let's start with the one between Painter and Umhofer. This one happened yesterday midday. It looks like Painter is getting Mark Ingram and Golden Tate and a 15th round pick to go with it. So Ingram and Tate are doing all right this year, especially Ingram. He's obviously going to improve the Breaking Skeletons squad. He's going to be able to pair Ingram up with Kareem Hunt and looks like Lamar Miller to go with Antonio Brown and either Emmanuel Sanders or Golden Tate at wide receiver. That's not too shabby. He did give up a 3rd rounder, as well as Ty Montgomery and Robbie Anderson, who I think between the two of them, Montgomery's going to be a 9th rounder next year, and Robbie Anderson a 10th. But the big ticket item there is that 3rd rounder. That was a big one, and Umhofer got something in return for his guys. So with that, Breaking Skeletons at 8-5 is positioning themselves to make a run. And let's see, Umhofer's team is what? Very, very sweaty at 4-9, basically given up. Now, moving on. The next trade that was completed was between myself and Lund. This one, the main ticket or the big ticket item is Flash, Jeff Gordon, Josh Gordon. So I got him as well as Curtis Samuel and some picks. An 8, a 10, and a 14. That 14 I'm going to use to keep Gordon. And I think I could use the 10. I got a number of guys that I could keep in the 11th round. I might use the 10 to pick a new guy or maybe keep one of my guys. I don't know. But yeah, what I gave up for all that was Melvin Gordon, number 4 ranked running back in the league, and Michael Thomas, who is in the top 12, I believe. In addition to those 2 players, which were the main part of the deal, also gave him my 17th, 18th, and 19th round picks next year. So he'll have some late flyers to take on some guys, and that's basically to even out the number of picks. I got 3 picks, and he got 3. All right, so what does that do for the real Carl G, Jeremy's team? That essentially gives him a placeholder or a replacement for Ezekiel Elliott till he comes back. Melvin Gordon will fill that role. He can combine him with Alvin Kamara and DeMarco Murray at running back. Very nice. And then he puts Michael Thomas right into the starting lineup with T.Y. Hilton. So that's a big improvement there. He is 6-7. So at this point, he kind of eliminated me from contention. That means that he's got to beat out Boss Baby and his squad for that last spot in the playoffs. So looking at the seeds right now, it's probably going to be Fly Spec Bandito at 1 and Very, Very Sneaky, or Speed Merchants at 2. Looks like Very, Very Sneaky's edging them out. And then at 3 would be either Breaking Skeletons or Hobbits, who will get to his trade with Fly Spec Bandito here in a minute. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves 1 spot left for Boss Baby or the real Carl G. And based on the moves that the real Carl G made, I'm assuming that he's going to make it in and do very well. So let's get to the final trade. The final trade is between Nick, Fly Spec Bandito, and Lowry, Hobbits. Lowry is giving away Julio Jones, one of the better wide receivers in the league. Let's see. I'm going to just go see how good he is. He is, as far as total overall points, he's actually getting Jarvis Landry for Julio, and Julio is 25th, whilst Jarvis Landry is 3rd. In addition to that swap, he is also getting Greg Olsen. So Julio for Landry and Olsen. So Lowry is thinking that he's improving, and Nick's thinking he's improving as well. So Nick's trading Landry while he's hot, and Olsen because he's already got some tight ends to deal with. He's already got, or to work with, he's got Zach Ertz and Austin Seferian-Jenkins. So what does that look like for these two teams? FlySpec still has 4 quarterbacks led by Drew Brees, followed up by Case Keenum. And then he is able to trot out Le'Veon Bell, LaShawn McCoy, and when he's healthy, Devontae Freeman. And at wide receiver, he's got Brandon Cooks and Julio Jones, probably as his starters. Corey Coleman as a backup there, and the aforementioned Ertz. So that's a pretty formidable lineup as well for the top scorer in the league. Moving over to the Hobbits, now he's able to swap out Eric Ebron with Greg Olsen. So there's an upgrade there, presumably. And instead of Julio, he's rocking Jarvis. So I think regardless of how this ends up, he's at least got 2 starters for his 1. Probably going with a Mariota, Gurley, either Mixon or Gore at running back, and then like a Landry, Marvin Jones, or Crabtree rather. Landry, Crabtree, Marvin Jones mixture with Greg Olsen at tight end. So, yeah, he gets a little more solidified, I would say, and if Landry can keep it up, it's even better for him. So, that's it in a nutshell. We still do have a little more time before the deadline, but I just was excited about it, so I figured I'd put something together to summarize some of the activity. There's going to be a lot of moving picks, or there have been a lot of moving picks for next year. Last year, I don't think we have had a single pick traded, so it's kind of interesting we have so much going on this year. But good luck to everyone. Especially my team. Hopefully I win the toilet bowl and get the first pick. And that'll do it for this latest installment of Mankato Elite Current Events. All right. Bye-bye now.